Fractured. A controversial conviction and a family devastated in our latest in-depth podcast investigation. Fractured, Melanie Reed and her team delve deep into a complex case involving a controversial medical diagnosis and its fallout on a young family. While Fractured is a forensic examination of this case here in New Zealand, the diagnosis that started it all is now being blamed for putting hundreds of innocent parents behind bars worldwide and is fast becoming a medical scandal of international proportions. This three-part series, written to accompany our podcast Fractured, begins with Part 1 today. Part 2 will be released tomorrow, and the final installment on Wednesday. 3 years ago, a young immigrant mother living in Auckland was convicted of intentionally hurting her infant daughter. At the woman's sentencing, the judge described the medical evidence as overwhelming. During her 3-week trial, 4 doctors from Starship Hospital told the jury the injuries her newborn baby had suffered were non-accidental and abusive head trauma, the rebranded term that replaced shaken baby syndrome. No expert medical witnesses appeared for the mother's defense. She was found guilty and sent to prison for 2 years and 7 months. She has always maintained she did not, and would not ever, hurt her daughter. The pediatrician from Starship Hospital's Child Abuse Unit, who diagnosed the then 8-week-old baby's injuries as non-accidental, did so less than 24 hours after the baby had been admitted to hospital, and since that moment every authority has fallen in behind that diagnosis. In the intervening years, the little girl has been placed in 4 different foster homes. Orana Tamariki, New Zealand's child welfare agency, has not allowed her father, who has no convictions, to regain custody of his child, despite his repeated requests. Orana Tamariki has also secured an order to keep the girl in New Zealand under the care of the state, while her parents face deportation back to their home country. Newsroom's investigations editor Melanie Reed and her team have been meticulously investigating this case for Newsroom's podcast, Fractured, with the first 9-episode season available to listen to on podcast channel Delve. But while investigating the plight of this family here in New Zealand, a storm has been brewing overseas. The Fractured case has now joined a growing worldwide medical scandal.